What is up, DTube Steam Blockchain? So today I want to talk about something that I accidentally did a couple of days ago, to be honest, and that was I accidentally got locked out of a centralized crypto exchange. This was CoinEx. So I want to tell this story a little bit because I don't know, maybe someone else won't do the same mistake. So uh, basically what I did was, so I had these library tokens that I got, and I realized that it was only like two exchanges that you can switch it to Bitcoin and then Litecoin and then Ethereum. So I saw it was on Bittrex, and it was also available on CoinEx. So I decided to get CoinEx, because a new account on CoinEx, because I don't really like Bittrex. I think their UI is horrible. They work kind of great, but their UI feels very old. CoinEx has a way better user interface. But I did a mistake. Okay, so when I made the account, I used a virtual phone number. So I used a virtual phone number that these days with like Android apps, you can get a virtual phone number. The reason why I used that was because it's like, I mean, I never like use a phone number. Like, so I have to have a third party app to generate a phone number. Like when I need, like, because it's kind of annoying. A lot of sign-ups have these annoying setups now, where you always have to put in a phone number for some reason to generate some kind of code to make it so-called more safer for your security. Even though you can already, like, first they have this that, oh, you do this first, you have to do this with an email. But now they also started to add that, oh, you need to add in some number here. And I'm not really sure sure, a lot of people are still using phone numbers, right? But it still is one of those things which is kind of weird, how phone numbers are still like associated with identity, even though people can just get any kind of random number and can get a code to that. But for some reason, a lot of signups and everything, they still look at as a phone number as some magical authority for some reason. So many times, there is a lot of demand for like people that need to generate a phone number just so they can get a code to the device. So I did this in there's a pretty great app for this called Text Plus on Android. But the bad thing is that if you don't remember that you used a phone number on a specific on a specific service, sometimes you lose that number in the Text Plus app. Sometimes it only lasts for a couple of weeks that you get to have a phone number, or you sort of have to pay to keep a number. Now, many times, the way I sort of looked at this is, usually many times when you input a phone number, usually you can go in and change that later. But what kind of happened here was with CoinEx, even when I was signed in, I went to the settings and I went and see, like, I wanted to change the number because I saw a number there that I didn't remember that I used a number for signing up. So I went into the settings and I tried to remove the phone number. I could not remove the number. So it was basically like, if you use a number with CoinEx and you try to remove it, you can't really do it unless, or with CoinEx, basically you need to, like, if you put in a number, I think that there was something like, oh yeah, you can reset your password and then sign in, and then you can put on 2FA or something like that. So I basically reset the password, so I had to sign in again. Now here's the sneaky part. When I at the sign in process, I again needed to input the phone number. So it was like, I got logged out, I changed the password on my email, or I got a message to my email about, okay, you want to change your password, and I did that. So I changed the password, and then when I was supposed to log in again, it still asked for this number. Like, I needed a number. I needed this number that I had generated virtually in an app. I needed the number to sign in also. So not just the password, I also need a phone number. And the thing was that I at the same time, I think I tried to sign up for another service. I think that library, that I tried to make a second account with library. And there I also needed a number to start to earn rewards. And I think that they didn't support Canadian numbers for some weird reason. So I think that is where I went and tried to generate another number in that virtual phone app, but then I lost the original number that was for the CoinX app. So I could not get it back. Like, I could not get the CoinX number back, that virtual number. So, and then it was like, okay, so I lost $120 there. I think it was like 1.44 Litecoin or something like that. I mean, it's not a fortune, but it still is like a little bit annoying. And then I kind of looked at, okay, maybe you can send like an email to them and like ask them about it. But then it was like, okay, if you did that, and if you wanted them to like remove the number, you had to like send in like a passport or something like that. And I was like, is this really worth $120 to have to do like a forced KYC just to get $120? Or should you just make a new account and then forget about the $120? So I decided to, like, let's just skip that, because it is kind of, when it's these small numbers like $120, like, sure, it would be nice to sort of get it back, but do you really want to do a KYC for that? No. It's like, it's just not something you want to do, right? Even though you can, but it's like, nah. So I decided instead to have that like as a learning experience instead, that the next time, what I'm gonna try to do is, I'm not really sure. I want to see like if you can remove the number completely in CoinX. I may try to make a new account maybe in the future and like try to see if you can really remove the number, because I guess in a way I wanted to do this video about the annoying part that a lot of signups still require a phone number, even though it should just require email. And many times it feels very much security theater that you always have to use a number, like another number, a phone number. And many times people don't want to give their, like, let's say they have a real number, maybe they don't want to like give it out to everyone. It really should not be required, especially with these centralized exchanges, when it's like many times people are just getting in and out. Like they just have to use a pair because maybe they use a random token that's used to web on a few exchanges. So usually they're not even going to hang around on the exchange. They're just going to get into a pair. They're going to exchange it to something else that they actually want. They're mainly just going to use the path, like the account, as a dumb pipe, and then get out again. I really think that is like how a lot of people are sort of using these services. Like, they don't really want to use them. They really want to use something better, So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk a little bit about today. I think that is, I don't know, it's very interesting. Like, when you do like failures, you lose a little bit of money here and there, you can actually learn a lot from them. Because even though it's like $120, it's not a fortune, but it's still, it really sucks. It really sucks, because when you consider like how much crypto can go up, like can go up like 100x, like it becomes a lot of money that is like coins lost. And I think that there's a lot of people that lose coins in crypto. So for example, with Bitcoin, I think I bought a couple of coins in 2015 at the low that I kind of lost, and I think it was like I think it's worth like $400 or $500 right now, but I kind of lost the keys to that. So it's like I think there really is a lot of people that are like losing coins here and there, and yeah, I really hope in the future that either we have some kind of app, maybe like some kind of app that can just generate numbers, so you can use these numbers, but that you can store them if you like need them. It's just weird how you need numbers, because numbers in many ways, phone numbers are also becoming like dumb pipes. Like people are getting like one word sent to the number, and that's this whole purpose of the phone number is not to talk to humans. It's just to get a number from a computer somewhere. It seems like it's more ideal that people pay a little bit of a fee, maybe in crypto, and then instantly get an account without any nonsense. So for example, with Steam, if you make an account, you can pay for it. You can pay in Steam or in Bitcoin or Ethereum or something like that, and you don't need to use a phone number, because I don't understand what phone number has to do with crypto. You could even argue in many ways that phone numbers are making people lose more money, because SIM swapping and all this stuff that is going on. So is it security theater? Maybe. Is it good in some ways? Probably. But yeah, it's so silly. Like even if you like Google for like people that just need a number to use as a dumb pipe, you see how like people use these numbers, and it's like you see other people sending codes to it just to get some verification for something. It's like wow. It's like people only using it for verify like silly things, and it's like that is really what numbers are becoming. And yeah, it's like people have access to crypto more than phone numbers, so maybe you should just allow people to get an account with like one click and like send 0.01 ETH or something like that. They probably even make more money on that, and probably everyone probably would be more happy. Yeah, so quick video talking a little bit about how I lost $120 in crypto. I really enjoy Uniswap. Uniswap really is the best exchange at the moment, like decentralized exchange. But the problem with Uniswap is it only at the moment, of course, is for Ethereum on chain. Like I think they're calling it atomic swaps or something like that. When you go from one ERC20 token to another, or to Ethereum. But imagine a Uniswap with other chains, but it gets kind of complex then, because can you do a Uniswap with other exchanges with still keeping a low fee? I mean, I think block trades has been doing great with that, but then block trades also has sort of limitations in how much you can send. So it really seems like it would be interesting to see if you can do that smart contracts decentralized with multiple chains. But then it seems like maybe that's too much work, so eventually people maybe just gravitate towards one chain to rule them all. And it seems like kind of that is how Ethereum is starting to become a little bit with decentralized finance and all that. Yeah, because centralized exchanges, like the signups and everything, it's not a good user experience, and yeah. So that's what I want to talk a little bit about today. So consider that like if you generate phone numbers in a virtual app, you may lose that number eventually. And yeah, and I think really these exchanges and these sign-up services that use phone numbers, that they're using a silly thing, but because in many ways, if a person doesn't have access to a phone number, maybe they have to use a virtual number that other people also have used. So phone numbers in some ways can become like a liability or a security risk, even for the exchange or for another kind of service that's using that to verify things. But yeah, I think signups and all this is probably going to hopefully change in a couple of years when we have better technology, hopefully. Yeah, So that's what I want to talk a little bit about today. Have a great day, DTube and Steam blockchain. Bye bye.